sente zikyetaagisa nyingi twandibadde tukola enkokoto yaffe tujja gikola bulungi ate enyirire ng'enjawulo tewajja kuba na feva. Bano be bavubuka bange benkola nabo babo bali ku kyamisana abamu bali mu kulya. Oyo omusajja agaaye ennyo omulabo oyo mukozi nnyo akolanga kalayita webadde bafaanana okugyako nina obuzibuzibu obutonotono abamu olaba batunula si basanyufu waleti tennasanyuka naye mbadde nsaba mu nnyambe waleti esanyuke abaami bano nabo babeere basanyufu kuba abakozi naye kasa waleti tesanyuka nga baddirira mu kukola.
Reliable in this area, the generator will serve us a great deal. It will be our rescue because you find that at times when you are in production and you need power, there is power mishap, there is power cut off. Then this generator will serve us a very great deal of rescuing our production in order to deviate and not to go low. So it will need to be serviced seriously so that we maintain its operational capacity to that level that is intended to save our production. The radiator on this particular generator is also leaking. It will need some repair. The radiator will need some repair. It is leaking, and actually it is one of the main service which should be done on the generator plus the battery and the hose pipe. Yeah. So those are the things which actually should be done as of priority for the service of this particular generator, because it is the only rescue we have as far as production in the hatchery is concerned. Power is not reliable within this area of Wakiso district.
Awantu wano wenyimiridde oba ekinnya kino kye mulaba kye kigenda mu stand tanka ey'okubiri. Twamala ddo kisima kyetaagisa sente kyetaagisa material atannajja tukole stand tanka ey'okubiri kuba tanka weeri pipe zino ze mulaba ze zambuka ku stand tanka eno ey'okubiri. Naye nabadde njagala nnyo afadhali tusooke tukole base eggwe tugenda okukola awantu wano nga afadhali base ewedde nga tusobola okuyiwawo enkokoto batusobola okukolawo peva ne twandibadde nakino tukikola sente zakyo ne muziweereza ne tubanga na wano tukola ne waggwa kuba tanka weeyi yajja kukola kino nakuwanikako tanka nga bwe mulaba stand tanka eri neno bwegenda okubeera. Nga bwe mulaba stand tank eyo bwe yayimirirawo neno bwegenda okubeera.
Now maybe most of you might be wondering why is it that we have the first tank and the second tank. The first tank is the main reservoir tank and it's 5,000 liters draining water right from the well into the tank. This second tank is intended to serve the hatchery directly. One, it will help us increase the volume storage at the hatchery site. Second, the incubators inside, the pressure of water from the main reservoir tank into the taps or on the pipe inside the hatchery, when it comes it's so high and we need a gradual slow flow onto the troughs of the incubator machines. There are troughs there for humidity, and the humidity of those particular incubators is dependent on water heating into those incubators. So there is a need for the gradual flow of water on those particular troughs, which is consistent. So this particular tank is intended to reduce the pressure from that main reservoir. As this water will be flowing from this second tank, it will have reduced itself to a minimal pressure, which will guarantee to get water into the incubator troughs at a reasonable speed and at a reasonable flow. That is the need which is actually making us have this second particular tank, which is 1,000 liters. And if you look properly, you'll find we have separated this particular tank, which is intended to serve the incubators, and the hydrant, which is intended to be our fire tap, our fire hydrant. That one has directly taken its water from the main reservoir tank because it should have high pressure to put water, if in case of any fire, to make water be sprayed throughout the hatchery, especially in those areas where we have fire, the origin of fire in effect. So actually that is the reason why we are having the second tank. It's a necessity and we should have it.
Eno ye fence ya peye side y'ekengulu bweti bwefaanana nayo yaggwadda wano wennyimiridde tujja kusimbako omuddo okuva wano mpaka eri mu nsonda nga tumaze okuzimba amayinja gaffe bulungi nnyo awo wansi kaggafa akanaba kasigadde eno waggulu tukasimbeko omuddo. Musuubirwa okuzimba ekikomera gye bujjako, tujja kujjawo bujja miti gino nga tuzimba kikomera nga kiyita eno, naye kati mu kaseera kano njagala tusimba omuddo kuno kwonna okuva wano mpaka eri mu nsonda n'okukkirira eri wansi nga wano tumaze okuzimba amayinja wano. Amayinja gava wano wennyini awo ku generator mpaka okuweta eri ku nsonda n'okukkiriramu wali mu makkati.
Security, we have the fence in place, and by this time we have the temporary fence the way Omar has explained, and it's just temporary because we must isolate activities and make sure that we don't have people or anybody trespassing into our archery perimeters. Another thing is to make sure that the regulations we are going to put in place, they are adhered to and they have limitation according to the human interaction and the technical activities which will be taking place in the hatchery place. So that's why the fence parameter is very important, and we shall try to think how to improve on it to build a wall instead of a wire to make it more permanent. Because the work here is a permanent work. It's not going to be a temporary work for today, tomorrow it is gone. We are having it for lifetime and for the generations to come.
Wano tukyasenda abaana bakyakola tewannanyirira nga bwe mulabawo, naye ekizibu kyenafunyeemu nti ssente n'olwaliro tebakoze bulungi olw'embeera nti sirina ssente zembawa, sirina ssente zenjira, mbadde n'abantu bangi wano okulya okukola kutya nga basaba ssente sizirina era bakoze batono olwaleero, naye mbadde nsaba muweereze ssente tusobole okusasula abaami bano. N'omwana ono gwe mulaba Abudu yakuuma awantu wano, asula bweru nga yeebaka ssaawa 12 naye akafuna emyezi 2, naye si musanyufu, munyiivu nnyo. Aŋŋamba ye ayagala kudda Kampala kuba wano alaba tagira ssente tafuna, naye mbadde nsaba mumuweerezeyo afazaali ssente emyezi nga2 asobole okunaye abeeko byakola ewakaawe kuba alina omukyala, lwakubeera eno lwakumulaba nti mwana muto naye alina omukyala, naye n'ewaka batandise okuyomba olw'embeera gy'alimu eno nti tafuna bulungi ssente.
TQC team to have considered to put concrete in all these the external services, because the way I said, the organic matter being allowed into the hatchery from the boots, it is of concern. Therefore, it will help us actually to eliminate such like discrepancies until we be able to assure that TQC maintains the water quality the way it is out from its product after having observed the external parameters which determines quality production. Then, as maybe we come on this particular site, there is an issue of putting concrete floor on the external surfaces. At this particular place I'm standing, there is a need for a concrete basin. A concrete basin here will get its water from the hydrant, which is going to be at this particular corner, and it is in this concrete trough where all the setter trays and all the hatcher buckets, after they have done their work, they are dumped there, to soften before they are scrubbed by hard brushes to make sure that they are cleaned more effectively. So this area is of a priority, since we cannot we cannot do the same dirty things after our production. We don't even clean them properly. People are saying that they are hard to be scrubbed. But if we get this trough here put after congregating the floor, we shall be able to do a better job as far as cleaning the troughs and cleaning the setter trays and cleaning the hatcher baskets is concerned. All this area has to be put a pavement, because even the trolleys will be pulled out and be washed from this particular area. So this area is one sensitive area to the hatchery, since it will be renewing, recycling the activities back into the hatchery. And cleanliness will be a priority, and is a priority. At this particular place, we shall have so many disinfectants and so many chemicals taking place on this surface. So this place is a priority, and it has to be put a floor and well covered. As far as our construction is the final phase of our construction of stretching the hatchery. This is our final phase. And if I consider just the next part here, we had designed a chick room. The chick room has to cover this area to that point. And this chick room is also of a priority, because after producing a commodity, you need to settle at a place, and you need to settle the chicks in a place whereby they can await the market and the dispatch. So this particular chick room will be of a priority, since once we have hatched our chicks, you are not sure whether you are selling them immediately. But what we know, chicks can stay over up to 6 days without eating, using the maternal yolk to survive for 6 days. So we can dump them in the chick room as we await the market outside, instead of maybe rushing to build a brooder house, which we have been considering to do. We better come with a simple chick room here, and it will serve for 6 days of our production. It will serve that purpose of hunting for the market for the same chicks before we dispatch them.
Egundi eno yonna yagwa okuba. Ekizimbe kino kyonna kyagwa okuba plasita buli wamu wonna okuggyako damukosi eka yasigalidde. Naye tujja mukola before nga tumaze okuyiwa enkokoto, tumanye kagaku akasigaddeyo ke tuba tusiba amayinja oba okukakuba plasita. Naye tetusobola kakola kati nga tetunnamanyawa tugenda kuyitiza. Naye tuli mu kusenda, tunaba tumaze okuyiwa enkokoto eno, eiza okusibako sereti oba okakuba plasita. Naye kyandibadde kirungi tusibako sereti, akantu ne kiba kirungi. Okujjako mpozi wano tulina okuzimbayo chikirumu awagenda obukoko obuto bugenda okubanga bamaze obupaakinga eri mu bokisi ne babuleeta wano nga kuliko ne kasitowa k'obubokisi kajja kuba katonotono. Wano tulina okukazimba nensubira katumaliriza okukola biri ebirala byonna, oba kino kye tunaasembyayo kuba kino kyangu, tuzimbako haafu waggulu tugenda kukola katimba nga tusereka. Awantu wano weetagisaawo geeti. Tujja kwokyayo geeti nga si ya mabaati naye nga ya square pipe nga butulituli, si geeti nti nno yonna ekavalingiddwa. Tujja kuba tukola ki? Tujja kugyokya tugireete tugiteeke wano, ng'emmotoka bw'eva eri epaakinga awo. Eiza tubadde tulowooza Mr. Mabinda yabadde aŋŋamba tukole awantu wano ng'emmotoka esobola okulinnya nejja ekoma wano ne batikulira wano amagi. Naye tujja sobola okukikola kuba kati wano tuyiyeewo ettaka, erimu tujja ddijjawo, eddala lisigalewo tukolewo bulungi nnyo, tuzimbe erudda n'erudda. Emmotoka bw'eba ezze ng'esobola okuyita nejja n'epaakinga wano.
Just as Mr. Omaru has explained, this gate is not actually for public use. This gate is just part of our precautionary measures, and it will only cater for the hatching eggs being brought into the hatchery and the dispatch of chicks out of the hatchery. No human being will cross beyond this gate or inside into the gate unless it's driving reverse towards towards delivering eggs or picking chicks for dispatch out at our market centers. So this gate, as much as it might look big, it will not serve the public interest. It will only serve the hatchery interest, and it will be technically controlled by having even a footpath or a shower for the vehicle tires at the same place with the disinfectant inside.
Eno ye main gate. Akanya kano kemulaba wansi wano. Abantu bonna n'ababeeri mulina okubeeramu eddagala. Omuntu alinnya muno n'amala okufuna eddagala mujja kubamu amazzi agalimu eddagala. Oli bw'alinnya n'alyoka ayingira wano ne bateeka wano. Amagi galina okubeera muno. Omugenda okubeera amagi. Ebintu byaffe bwe bifaanana lwe baakolayo omupya. Lwonna lusiiringe luliko labba nga bwe mululaba. Eno ye cold room. Bweti bwefaanana. Zino zi AC ze baateekamu. Bwekiti bwe kifaanana.
Now, as you have heard Mr. Umaru explaining, this is a very crucial point of our hatchery and a place actually which everybody has got an interest. And the way you have seen the setup, I will say that now we are entering into the clean area of the hatchery setup. It's a clean area of the hatchery setup because one is where clean hatching eggs are received into the hatchery before anyone starts thinking about a chick, or before anyone starts thinking about how much you will get, how much profit is going to make. So from this particular point, there are technical precautions we have taken